I attended a lecture on the microbiome by Microbiome Labs, and it was fascinating, and I always learned something new. And one thing that has stuck out with me in particular relates to context. And I talk about this all the time. You can ask me a question and I will usually say it depends if I don't know the context in which you are talking about. I don't know your genetics. I don't know your health history. I don't know what your environment is like, what your mental state is like. I don't know. If we're not working together, I don't know. So the answer could be different. I can give you a basic answer. It might not be true for you, or I might change my mind if I knew more context. And so a few years ago, I had a rant against a Harvard epidemiologist who stated that coconut oil is pure poison. And I was outraged because I don't believe that it is pure poison. However, after this lecture, I'm realizing, in certain contexts, coconut oil may have adverse reactions for you. It may be more toxic to you because what it can do as a saturated fat, it can increase endotoxins. It can increase something called LPS, which is a bacterial toxin that is supposed to just stay contained in your gut. But if you have an infection, if you have leaky gut, if you have too many fatty foods, it can actually escape. And all of a sudden I had this aha. Now, her statements were hyperbolic because she was saying it as an absolute. And I disagree wholeheartedly because there is plenty of evidence to show that coconut oil can actually improve HDL and it can help you produce ketones so that you are using different fuel for your brain. But it can also be toxic. Do you get what I mean by context? Signs that you might have high LPS would be fatigue, memory problems, digestive issues, sleep issues, heart disease, hormonal imbalances, and a lot of these symptoms are similar to other issues, but it's not necessarily that you have high LPS. We have to know the context. We have to know what is really going on in there, and it's not simply diagnosing by symptom, right? We have to look at what all of the underlying causes are, look at the context, and then see, is coconut oil okay for you? Maybe it's not, or maybe it's how you're using it. Do you get me? Do you feel me? Do you understand? What questions do you have?